good witness to the madness that was.
Heels, pops, and chair shots.
Pero olvídate a ti. Heels, pops, and chair shots. Wrestling's entertainment champions.
What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Just really stupid. The biggest cutthroat bunch of conniving, backstabbing idiots you've ever seen in your life. That is such bullshit. It's the work of an idiot. Pathetic, really stupid idiots. Are you an idiot? Lost idiot? He was the shits. You will always be seen as a complete failure. The term motherfuckers would have crossed my mind pretty regular. Thanks for nothing. Go fuck yourselves.
You're welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, wrestling's most bestest things. We are wrestling's greatest podcast of all times, and not just us that says it. Our family and friends says it too. And Mish about to tell you what to do.
You already know you gotta subscribe and like, hit that bell for notifications on all your favorite platforms: X, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, Your Space, Twitch, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, SoundCloud, and more. We
all
are
of them
on all the platforms, on all the things. TikToky, YouTube, and then some.
The TikTok is gonna come in about one business day, but stay tuned, TikTok, cause we coming for you. Appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up. You pulled up. The guy behind, hey, she pulled up. Hey, everybody pulled up, and because of y'all pulling up, we have officially unlocked the Go Live feature on TikTok. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all, man, for the following and the opportunity, because why else would we be here but to give you your wrestling fix? That wrestling for your wrestling that we love to give you each and every Thursday night. Mischief, how you feeling tonight, baby?
Really, really good right now. It's the bottom of the eighth. Yankees are up 4-0. Feeling like a big old bag of gold right now.
Who's gonna tell them? I don't know if they tell you, but yo, baseball's scripted, bro.
Yo,
it's
well,
fake.
The script's looking good tonight.
Why do you even watch that stuff? God. In other news, wrestling, baby. The wrestling for the assling. It's been a rough week for some, not all, some. I myself personally, listen. I think we had a fun game one against you guys, and then it started going downhill from there. But it's not like people are calling me out online about it, or like complaining about my fault that I didn't blah blah blah, pointing the finger. Unlike other people I know this week.
What that mean though?
It's time to pay the piper, not play the game, because you've been playing the game and they don't like how you playing, Triple H. Fam, AJ Styles, ESPN, John Cena, Randy Orton's wife, all got beef with Triple H this week. That's crazy.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see it come
You know what? Truer words have never been spoken. Actually, they have each and every Thursday night. 10 p.m. Eastern, right here. A little fashionably late. Fashionable, got mine.
It's right at 10 p.m. if 10 p.m. was 35 minutes ago. Triple H, being a booker is not an easy job, right? We see, and we critique all bookings in all platforms and all wrestling venues and adventures and whatnot, right?
I forgot to say cheers, by the way, my bad.
Cheers. Being that wrestling is hard, it's hard to produce a weekly show for 50 some odd weeks a year to make sure that it makes sense, that it's relevant, that everybody gets time or whatever. But you critique where you need to be critiqued, and Triple H has had some wild swing and misses, in my opinion. The misuse of AJ Styles, as pointed out by AJ Styles' son, who is like, yo, like, why is my dad being booked like this, right? Because where is AJ really, right? Like what is he really doing, and why isn't he around? We could go back to, like, Cross isn't on this list, but Cross can be on this list,
Yep.
right? Is that story told? Or like, is that it with Cross or what? Bro, the WrestlePalooza Dooza, the Deuce,
Snoozer.
the Kaka
Caca sandwich.
was awful. John Cena's retirement tour.
So he calls out Triple H, right? It says it here. And I don't know if he called them out. Like in one of the interviews, they say that he says that I don't book my matches. I ride the wave or whatever, something along those lines, basically. That's kind of I don't know if that's a shot, but that's kind of just like saying, it's out of my hands without insulting him, right?
Yeah, I think that's accurate, right? He is saying it's out of my hands, but he's not being like disrespectful or anything, bro. But is it wrong? Is it inaccurate?
I don't think it's
It's not. It's not inaccurate. It's not wrong.
It's not inaccurate, but I don't think it's a bad match.
What is?
Styles and Cena for the retirement tour.
No.
I agree. I don't like how it was booked. I don't like how
That's
the audience on Twitter decided it for. Like they should have been the built for this. The one thing I give AJ Styles, and it worked, even though because it kind of put a downer on this whole thing. Even if you try to do a story now, he did mentioned it very briefly in the new pairing that he had on Raw. Oh, I get to do one thing, and that's beat up John Cena, and then that took me back to when he had his feud with Cena last time, and that was the promo back then. I'll beat up John Cena, him and Gallows, and this dude, we gonna beat up John Cena, That took me back, and that for a little split second. So I don't mind it. I don't agree with how it was. It's just it feels like they're doing this by accident.
Bro, it's corny. It's corny. We could have gotten a couple of weeks of I'll beat up John Cena.
That's what I'm saying. We should have done that.
We could have gotten a couple of applications. We could have booked this more seamlessly. Like right now, you know what it feels like? It feels like a story mode in a video game, where it's just it's a gauntlet, right? It's Brock Lesnar comes out, then Brock Lesnar's defeated, and then we got another guy coming out, and then he's gonna get defeated, and then another guy's gonna come out, and then he's gonna, and it's just meaningless, just random. Not too much random, because it's not random, right? Like these are people with a history with John Cena, but it just doesn't feel like it really clicks.
It feels rushed.
It feels mismanaged. There could have been more. First of all, knowing that John Cena, because this didn't just happen, right? John Cena didn't wake up one day and say, I think I'm gonna do one last run, and then go tell Triple H, I think I'm gonna go do one last run, and we're starting tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like there was. You've got to imagine that there was time before John Cena's first outing, right? First performance on the way to his farewell tour. There was time, there was conversations. There was fantasy bookings, right? And I'm sure we'll see it in Unreal at some point, right? And they kind of talked about it in the first episode of Unreal and how that was unraveling, but this was not a surprise to anybody.
No.
But it's being booked like it's very reactionary.
What do you mean?
Who's next? Who's
right.
AJ? Hey, all right, AJ Styles. Come on, AJ Styles.
And if they were gonna, and because of that, because it's so reactive, like you're saying, or it feels that way, maybe it would have made more sense to book it like his U.S. title run, and just have him come out. And you've already announced this is your last tour. Now all of your dates are matches, right? Just come out to the ring, and then it's like whoever's music comes out, boom, that's who we fight. And you would have had Brock Lesnar, which would have been a shocking moment, and all the people he's fought already would have been okay, cool moments. Don't announce it, just comes out. They come out randomly. The pops would have been crazy. CM Punk, that would have been a crazy pop, you know. Each one of them would have been a surprise, and then maybe that way you could have gotten them over. It feels like it's already. It takes some time to build one good booking to a PLE, let alone they're trying to hit home runs each and every 4 weeks.
And Dave.
Oh no, that can't be any good.
Fly. What happens to be a pop fly in the foul territory is the end of the game and a W for the Yankees. Look at how you roast my camera, you little bitch.
Good, you deserve it.
Yankees go on to the first round of the ALC.
Congratulations to the New York Yankees.
That's right. That's it. You don't say anything else. Just congratulations.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
But it just it was mismanaged from the start. And here's the big issue, right? We did spend a lot of time with The Rock and Travis Scott and trying to make sense of all that, right? Then as soon as you decide that's not gonna work anymore, you drop the belt to Cody. And then you start like a losing streak, essentially.
I feel the belt to Cody was gonna happen, right? Because it happened. We started at WrestleMania. Because that trajectory is connected. But the thing with Travis Scott messed it all up, and I felt like we were in good flow going into that. Maybe we didn't need the heel turn. Maybe we did. But let's suppose we did. We didn't need Travis Scott for that. Maybe we needed The Rock, so maybe we didn't need a full abandonment of what they did. But too many things. You had too many things going, and then what happened, and then that derailed the train. I don't know if we can get back on track now.
That's what it feels like. Like now, it doesn't feel like any of it's gonna make sense moving forward, and it's not gonna be booked well, and that is a fucking shame. That is a shame for John Cena to go out like this, right? To go out on such a lame duck ass booking, lame duck ass farewell tour, we should say, with not like a whole lot of interesting to it. What? Him being a heel initially, that's what everybody asked. That's what we asked for. That's what I asked for. I wanted that.
Yeah.
Well, fucking be careful what you wish for.
Don't meet your heroes, bro.
Don't meet your heroes. Because Jesus, what a way to tank that. And then The Rock being unavailable for this really kind of puts the biggest stain on all of it, right? Because The Rock was part of the beginning. But now we're here, and it's not just Cena. Vince is probably, he's not dead, but he's rolling in his grave.
He's about to be.
He's rolling.
We spent a good amount of portion on the Cena part of it. Randy Orton's wife is also involved here. She's also come out and agreed with comments that are made on posts about Randy's push and how he's not being utilized to the most of opportunity. They left him off WrestlePalooza, I think, was that specific argument for that one. But AJ Styles' son, ESPN giving him a C. What if this is all a work? Hunter said that we're gonna have Saturday night's main event is gonna be an unforgettable send-off.
That's it. You lost me with that. I'm lost with that.
And up until recently, that track record has not been great recently, but they are known to at least have something in place for them to say some blasphemy like that, right? Whether it's good or not, it has been recently proven to, be, kind of, we gotta see it to believe it type shit.
That
But,
doesn't mean anything to me.
right.
Him saying
At this
it's
point, no.
forgettable, it means shit to me. You know why? Because you spent all your energy, like, telling me that WrestlePalooza is gonna be God's gift, right? It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be the most amazing thing anyone's ever seen. It's gonna be like just a night of surprises. What surprise?
You're surprised. It was surprisingly bad.
I was bad. It was bad. Like, you sold us a bill of goods, and now, right? This is the problem with being too corny and overselling the shit. Is that, like, now when you're talking about John Cena's retirement tour, which has already been a lackluster dud,
Right.
I've got nothing to believe that's worth watching. No,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, and then it was your big debut and everything too. Like it was a big night for that ESPN Wow, I can't even say it no more. WrestlePalooza.
Walla Walla
shit.
Ping Bang, bro. It don't
What
matter.
about the Beatles berries?
Yo, but going back to the post, right? Like Triple H, I think he bears the brunt of this. John Cena went out and did what he can with what he had, right? And he's made a career out of making chicken salad out of chicken shit. And here he was unable to work with his retirement tour. He couldn't make it anything better than what it was. That's not a problem.
You think he's mad now?
Him?
Yeah.
I would be hella disappointed.
Yeah.
I would be like, this is not my retirement tour. And the only thing that makes sense is the same shit that people have been saying online is that you have to extend it to WrestleMania. You have to. I think that for it to at least end on a good note, because this whole thing has stunk.
Well, it hasn't ended yet. Right? What if it ends in a bad note? You think maybe he'll do it?
Vic, what can, like, how do we improve this? We've got AJ Styles, and then what? We've got 2 more matches?
Give him the Miz.
End the stream, bro.
Alright, no, that's a lot. That was bad. No. But the Miz did put in his name in the hat from the beginning, and he's been robbed, which is a shame as well within itself. But I don't know. Does it mean? Does it have to be the name that saves this run, or maybe just the way that they end it? Maybe the story that they tell is worth the wait, or maybe they pay it off with the story. I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't matter who he fights. I'm just saying maybe that helps in saving or salvaging, not saving, but salvaging what's left of this run. Ugh.
I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen right now, because we've sunk so far in Dookie that I don't know the effort that it's gonna take to get out of it if we have the time or energy to do it. Right? Like, we don't have that many appearances left. He would have to, and I think he should consider, and I don't think he will, right?
Turning heel again?
Is not like this. Extending the run.
The Mania run, yeah, like you're saying. I mean,
give it to Mania, right? Like, don't do the Rumble. Like, you're not gonna do the Rumble. Like, let's just omit that right from the rip. He's like, I'm not gonna do the Rumble. I've lost fucking 13 matches in a row. I guess I'm just not that guy anymore. And then The Rock whoops his ass, and then we just build to Mania, and it's not about like the Rumble. It's not about anything like that. It's about getting to Mania. But like, I don't.
You would think The Rock right away would be that guy if we're doing that?
the only guy that I can think of that can make this interesting is The Rock. The Miz is cool. Like I get there's a history there, blah blah blah. But I don't.
No, that was just me fucking around. But yeah, The Rock is
Miz
a
not
name.
fucking around.
No,
Right?
The Miz is not fucking around. The Miz really did put his name in that hat. But The Rock
But
is a name that I think, yeah, I agree. It's probably
To
something.
salvage this, to make this interesting, like The Rock's got to come out and be like, well, embarrass him, like just embarrass him, whoop him, be like, yo, you couldn't make a chicken salad out of this shit, and that's why you're retiring and you're trash and you're old and your movies suck and Peacemaker's trash, and then John Cena writes a note on his wrist that says, well, something about fucking Black Adam, and for the DC universe. But there's nothing about this run that makes me feel. I feel two ways about it, right? As a podcaster, right? I feel like this run has been a total disservice to the person that John Cena claims to be, right? In terms of like the humanitarian, the good person that he claims to be, like the Make-A-Wish and all that shit. Like he has been a good company soldier. You'd want like the company to treat him right on his way out. And now, I'm not saying he has to win. I am saying he's got to be interesting on the way out, right?
Right.
As a viewer, though, who has never really enjoyed Cena, right? Like I've never, like as a character, like Cena's been corny to me.
Okay.
Super Cena was the corniest time in wrestling.
What about Thugonomics?
Thugonomics was cool, and that was the very beginning, and it was still like ruthless aggression, and still like.
I remember when Thugonomics was out, was when we used to play the game at your house.
Word.
And that was when we used to use them a lot, and it was fun. And me and Mo, always with the word life Thugonomics, always
Evolution,
pushing
right?
that, yeah, evolution, all that stuff. So we had a lot of fun with that part of it. But it was, again, the early stages. I remember that.
Early stages. Once he became Super Cena, that was corny. That was to me. I know.
And then, like, that's the beginning of the Dark Ages, like you were saying last week. And that was him holding them up and carrying them literally through that era. That was that point. At that point, after the Thugonomics, that was him taking off.
And that's when I hated it. And so, like, reflecting as a viewer, right? As somebody who enjoys wrestling, and I remember watching those shows and like, oh, here he comes again.
Same old shit.
Right? So, oh my God. Like, so I see this and I'm like,
They better not be cutting onions on the summer.
I better not, right? But it makes me feel like, alright, he's just some dude, so get him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
He's just some dude that was the wackest part of my viewing experience that made me not want to watch it as much as I used to, because that's how I felt at that time.
But that's not gonna be a majority of people that feel that way. They're gonna still have to like figure this out for some kind of like salvage here, man.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something that they do for him, because I think that he's worth more than what he's been given. They gave him the title, so they gave him the record, right? Like that was cool. And then they were like, that's it. We're done with this.
But, and I don't know. I don't know how they running shit out there, but it just outside looking in, it feels like I never anticipated Hunter's booking to be this bad. Hunter's booking is not this terrible. It's not. He got us through the early transition of post Vince into TKO, and that was fine. That was not terrible. He also was responsible for NXT. His booking is not terrible like this. But it feels like he's not in control, or whoever's in control, maybe not focused in the right areas, at least not storylines. Because right now I'm looking at concern for the for the match. Right, we're debating this run and this lackluster of one. Right, but I still see that's the fifth round, $6,500 per ticket. Second row says 9,500. Is that oh yeah, 11.5 TV side ringside package row 1.
Bro, that is crazy.
Standard seats range from 250 to 3K.
Did we talk last week
Standard seats
about how WWE is becoming so disconnected from like the working person?
Yeah.
They are so disconnected from the fans. TKO is just so money hungry, and they're the only company that can make Vince a babyface in that sense.
But that's what tells me that Hunter's not involved here, or Hunter's not in full control here, because this isn't something we fucking... The way Hunter was booking and shit, right before we started doing all these international PLEs and all this bullshit, whatever the fuck, he was booking fine. And now that we're doing all these PLEs, oh wait, there's a bill, I bill it. We took out loans or whatever, we got people to pay, Peter got to pay Piper, and all that shit. And now, because of that, we're suffering in the stories. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it because y'all made big moves and y'all made some boss ass moves. And now maybe this is just the turbulence on this flight, but this can't go on too much longer. This cannot go on too much longer where we're just focused on being this money hungry company where we're just gonna just do the money grab and tickets are gonna be unaffordable. 2 nights of WrestleMania when each night is like a cave to fucking sit nosebleeds. Nah, man, we're not doing that. That's not gonna last too long.
Here's what's happening or what's gonna happen. Heed the warning that NFL placed before us. All right, what does that mean? The NFL was by far the most popular sport in America, right? And it got to the point where like tickets got so expensive, the sport got such negative press for a variety of reasons, be it crime, be it CTE, etc. Things that are not outside of WWE, let's be real, right? That like all that shit has come crashing down where they've taken a really big hit in terms of viewership, in terms of importance. Now, are they still like the leaders? Like absolutely. But you know, baseball used to be the leader. And then they kind of priced themselves out of that space. Although a little different, they've got enough games where like they were able to still make it work. You start making yourself so expensive that only people with like comp tickets and like companies giving out free tickets and people with mad money who are not diehard fans, right? Like, are the ones that are going to be able to go. It's going to get to a place where, papi, people are not cheering at your shows. Your shows are going to start feeling different. It's going to start feeling like the COVID era.
They're not going to know how to chant your favorite wrestler's theme or the current superstar that you're trying to push his slogan. They're not going to know that.
And like I said last week, this is where AEW has an opportunity to make some headway, right? Denise Salcedo a while back from Fightful said that AEW should start running shows in college towns, right? And I thought that was brilliant then, and I think it's brilliant now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
They've been, AEW has been running smaller shows in interesting looking venues. They've been, if they open up to things like college shows, if they open up to places that have rabid fans, right? They can get the kind of energy for the low price.
Yes.
Right? Now,
And violence. More violence.
And more violent, right? They would kind of resurrect the Attitude Era in a sense, right? And I think that's what they're attempting to do. In a space where people can be like, yo, I can go to that show.
And you was just saying off air, you was appreciative of the actual venue last night on Dynamite.
I thought last night's venue was interesting for them. I forgot what you said. They were in DC.
They were no, that was wrong. But it was the 6-year anniversary though, so they were at a specific venue. I don't have the location, but I know it looked very nice background with very reminiscent to the Hammerstein, but it looked like it had more open area seating, like you pointed out. But these areas, yeah, like you said, if they're more like college campus nearby or stuff like that, yeah, they're gonna.
At the Hard Rock Live.
Oh, okay.
Where they were, and visually, like on screen, like the seats are a little different. There's like different seating areas. They had a lot of shots like from the stage. So just like a couple different camera angles and things of that nature. They're presenting the same product differently, more affordably, to fans who apparently smell a lot, but also are more vested in the product.
Listen, you gotta do some sacrifices to go to these shows. I mean, it's not WWE. You're not spending $2,000 per show now.
No, but 6 years. Dynamite is now in its 6th year.
Woo! What do you remember? What is one moment? What's your favorite moment in 6 years?
Sting. I don't gotta think about it.
Oh shit! Okay.
I gotta think about it.
Okay.
Sting. I mean, that's always been my dude. Sting is my John Cena. Sting is my John Cena. He's
Well, there you have it.
He's the only baby face that I've allowed myself like that, right? Like to have. I've never really liked baby faces like that, but Sting was the dude for me.
Yeah,
So when he came out and the run that he died, like that's how the fuck you do a farewell tour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, Sting. I can't make no complaints about Sting's farewell tour.
And I want to talk about this piece right here that you're showing. Completely improvised, right?
Yo, completely.
It made me love Sting even more, right? My favorite football player for a long time was Curtis Martin.
Oh no.
Because I'm a Jets fan, right? Curtis Martin, he was just rock solid his whole career, and I was down for the dude, and he's a Jets baller for life, and he's going into the Hall of Fame, and I'm watching.
And you love football, right?
And I love football, right? So I'm watching the Hall of Fame. Now leave that clip up. I'm watching the Hall of Fame, and Curtis Martin starts talking about how he hates football. How when he was drafted, he started crying, and his pastor's the one that convinced him. And that every year he talked about quitting, and that it was always like, fam, you know how disappointing that is, right? To look up to somebody that doesn't want to be there. That I mean, he did his thing, but he was essentially just there for the paycheck, and he was just kind of struggling through it, right? Then you look at someone like Sting, all right? Sting could very easily be the veteran that does whatever he wants, because he's been doing this shit for 1,000 years and he's a legend, and who's gonna tell him no, right? He could be like, I'm too cool for certain things, right? I'm at my big age in my career, right? I am not jumping off of certain things. I'm not playing certain games. This is corny to me. I'm not gonna be a part of it, right? Sting went out there and had this moment with Orange Cassidy that was totally improvised, right? Where Orange Cassidy is a very particular kind of character that if you don't get it, he is corny to you. And
yeah,
I understand.
That's fair to say. Yeah.
I understand it. I like Orange Cassidy, but if you don't get the shtick, his whole thing falls apart.
Right.
So when Cassidy has this moment with Sting,
and he initiated that first kick, by the way.
Yeah, Cassidy just did the pocket thing, and it was gonna end there. And then Sting did the kick, and they went back and forth with the kicks, and he even did this with the super kick.
Oh my god.
And then Sting does the taunt, right? The lazy taunt,
That's fucking awesome.
where even
That's
Orange
gold.
Cassidy was like, he pulled his glasses down, like for real, like oh shit. So
Impressive.
that made me really appreciate Sting. To say like, I don't know that Bret Hart would have done that.
Right.
I'm not too sure that Stone Cold may have done that. I think Stone Cold is too cool for something like that, right? Like he'll be like, man, what the hell is this? You know? Sting going along with it was just so cool to me. And on this run, on his legendary run, on his farewell tour, to be part of the gimmick, to be part of the shtick, to go all in on it, that was really cool to me. And it encapsulated like a really special moment when we look at Dynamite and how that company and Dynamite and how that show just kind of puts its shit together. People, for the most part, enjoy being there. They enjoy being booked there. And I mean, Sting's one case because he is a legend, and I'm sure like different parameters, right? Because there are plenty of people who are not having too much fun in AEW because of the way they've been booked. But in terms of memories that I have from Dynamite, Sting.
Definitely Sting. I myself is Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan's debut. I feel like that was probably, other than CM Punk's pop, probably one of the most genuine pop moments that they've had. And it was a shift that happened that took them over the top right there at that moment, and then they just kind of maybe peaked. They probably peaked around that time, and then it's all gone to, you know, wherever it's gone to now. But you talk about Sting, you mentioned Sting. I want to ask you, what do you think he feels like now in this moment today specifically? Because I've reached out. I don't know if you've checked it out on Twitter, but I've hit him up myself personally to congratulate him and wish him good luck. Steve Borden, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be debuting tomorrow night, 52W Hardway live wrestling nights, promotion, an event run by one of Darby Allin's colleagues or friends. And we all know that Borden's been training with Darby and doing a lot of hard work. So we wish him good luck and nothing but the best on his debut match. This has got to be. He's got to be there, right? You think Sting shows up? At least, like, you know, just to be there, be there.
No, I don't want to put. If I'm Sting, I don't want that kind of pressure. Right?
Okay.
But maybe, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I also would be really excited to see him do his thing in front of a live crowd. So I'm not sure. I don't care for Sting. I don't care if he's there or not.
Yeah. Because this is more of Steven's thing, and now he got some heat, and I would love to ask him about. Stay tuned for the Shooting the Issue with Stephen Borden. But yeah, just to feel his feelings and what his emotions going into this. I know it's gonna be a big night. Wish him good luck. Can't wait to see it if there's gonna be footage. If not, whatever, we'll hear about it. But good luck, much love to Steve and his journey that he's embarking on here in wrestling. But speaking of the 6 years anniversary of Dynamite, it was a hell of a night. Yeah, definitely. Hell yeah, man. But Dynamite was a hell of a night as well because there was some noise made, specifically after the Kenny Omega speech promo. He's back. just noticed, by the way, guys, this is the stadium we're talking about. See how the open area? It just looks like an amazing arena and like a fun.
Visually interesting, like
Yeah.
Nowadays, like everything kind of looks the same, and I feel like AEW is making it a point to find interesting venues.
And I think that sells. That helps their cause here.
It helps their cause here in their present role.
Right.
Eddie Kingston makes it a point to say, like, who knows what'll happen, right? If the roles were reversed, or like when power corrupts, right? Like, you know, when AEW grows to a big enough size that like this is too small for them or beneath them or whatever. And he's absolutely right. But right now, where they are, these venues are a really good place for them. But Andrade did everything in his power to make sure that people thought he was in Mexico. If you follow him on social media,
yeah, he did a great job with that.
Or social media posts all about him being on a plane, him going to Mexico, pictures of him in Mexico, clearly not of today, but he made it a point to kind of throw people off, and it was a surprise. I thought it was a surprise. He is jacked.
And the memes have already started. One of the ones I like, preferably the Simpsons one, where the grandpa goes in and out of the bar, and the Moe's is WWE and the other bar is AEW. He just goes in and out. I love it. He puts his hat and coat on the coat rack. People are already memeing that they're ready for his 2026 Royal Rumble date return. So they're booking him for the Rumble this year. It's just he's broken the internet, and I just can't wait to see what comes of this run, because he's jacked as shit, and Kenny Omega's looks like this might be a I don't know. I don't want to say Kenny Omega's his next fight because I'm always wrong with those shits. But he's joined the Callis family, and the Callis family, yo, let me tell you, Bobby Heenan family vibes, the Heenan family vibes, right? Like,
yo, they remind me of like the NWO when they had like 30 members.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there too. It's getting there too. I ain't gonna lie.
I applied for a job at AEW and landed on the Callis family. Like,
it's getting there.
There are more people in the Callis family than in the rest of AEW.
It's not. You ain't lying though.
There are
You ain't lying.
in the Callis family right now than there were people with COVID during the height of COVID. Like it's crazy that they are 150 people deep.
It's crazy, but they're gonna need those 150 people. And listen, I hope they deep enough to take care of anybody else out there that shouldn't be out there. Shout outs to Hangman Page for being unhappy and shouting out to this damn commercials. We hate commercials. So he's going on Twitter to bash commercials here.
Yo, I appreciate that. AEW creates a space where wrestlers feel comfortable doing that. Because CM Punk once tweeted at Miz, "Go suck a blood money covered dick," and is now on his way
to Birds. I mean, to Saudi, whatever, when he did that thing, yeah.
Right. So, just saying, like, it's really interesting how AEW embraces everything that is not WWE, right? From banning Hulk Hogan and his wife, and I guarantee you AEW will never let Hulk Hogan step in that ring again, right? He will never go to an AEW show, ever. All right? AEW is about that, I promise you. AEW is about that. Right? So I appreciate, like, Brody King and his Fuck Ice shirt. I appreciate and him putting up a link so he could raise funds for like families that were affected by ICE raids. People who criticize the immigration policies of the United States have never had to deal with the immigration policies of the United States. I will tell you that it is not easy to do what you got to do, but I guarantee to do what you got to do to be legally here, right? But I guarantee you that if your family was ever in any sort of despair anywhere that you were from, anywhere that you are at, you would do everything in your goddamn power to put yourself in a better position. So to look people in the face and say that there is a certain illegality of their existence is incredible in the year 2025 of our Lord. All right, so make sure that you look yourself in the damn mirror when you're talking about the things that need to happen, should happen, or you want to happen here in these United States, the place where people came from Europe at will, murdered, slaughtered, and violated, made their home, and now are saying, yeah, for us, but not for you. Crazy, because you know what? Our ancestors of us sitting here on this podcast were violated, removed from our homes. There are no Taino people anymore because of it. So it's interesting to me how very socially constructed barriers and frontiers and borders are defended as if they mean anything in any sort of reality. Because if you know any kind of history, you know that borders change because of money and power. And the powerless always suffer. So shout outs to Hangman Adam Page, shout outs to Brody King, and shout outs to everybody who have a voice and use it for a platform.
So sweet in that, man. Shout outs to Hangman for sure. And didn't expect that at all. So that's what makes it, gives more kudos to them for that. But again, this is just Triple H is going through so much shit, and the other companies are just making noise and capitalizing on stuff. Talk about capitalizing on stuff. Check out TNA. About to lock in, with the background music, by the way, about to lock in a broadcast partner here in the talks. And of course, we've been talking about this for some time now, but it looks like conversations may or may not be heating up here. Can you see TNA dominating now after having this push, or this little extra push? Because they've had pushes before with or help from WWE with partnerships and stuff like that. But this specific one, we have, remember, the invasion angle that's going on right now, and I say that, we're going to get to that in a few. But they're making a lot of noise. They made a lot of noise already. And now, with the broadcast partner giving them a channel, they're talking to CW, they're talking to, who else here? Let me just read real quick. A&E. A&E is looking like a good partner for them.
We've said in the past that if TNA had a real home, a home that was widely available to the people, right? Something that was easily accessible, they would be in competition for real. They aren't, because who can watch them? But for a long time, they had the best women's division. For a long time, they had solid and entertaining wrestling, right? For a long time, they were the place where stars were born and then got picked up elsewhere. So it's about time. And I think one of the, when TNA worked with AEW, what did they get out of it? Nothing. They got nothing. Nothing. Their talent got squashed. They
got ridiculed. Whether it was a work or not, they got ridiculed. Because you could ridicule them and then they give them their lick back, but they never got their lick back.
Yeah, they never got their lick back. And we can argue, right, that Trick Williams being champion and like whatever is starting to trend in that direction. However, the audiences are very different. And not just audiences, it's also exposure, right? Because on on WWE programming on Netflix and at the USA Network, we're hearing about TNA. We're seeing highlights about the TNA. Right? On CW, we're seeing TNA. Maybe more consistent. So people that are not in the know, that are watching NXT, that are watching WWE, are now hearing of TNA. Everybody that watches AEW knows about WWE. People that watch WWE may have never heard of AEW.
Right.
But they're hearing about TNA. And now, because of it, TNA's got a shot at a company. They've got a shot at a broadcast partner.
I had a better one, because Access TV, yeah, it exists and stuff, but like,
bro,
are they really getting the numbers that they want with that? If they're changing networks, is because they clearly want
let me ask you a question.
something better.
How do you watch TNA?
Access, and it's only because
Like through what?
through my Sling network account subscription.
All right. Do you think more people have Optimum TV, Spectrum, Xfinity?
By a landslide. By a landslide.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't have Access TV. So for me to watch TNA, I've got to really go out of my way to look at TNA. And I don't.
That is a big advantage to fix that problem.
Right, and I don't. I with all the wrestling that already is at my fingertips, it is just not as accessible. So if I want to see TNA, how am I going to get it? I get it through clips on social media. TNA. Unless I'm watching like a pay-per-view. And then
Right.
then I'll watch the pay-per-view. But like in terms of like keeping up with TNA, nah, social media, because it's not accessible.
And you get the bullet points too. It beats a lot of the ads and all that stuff too. So it's quicker feed.
It's a quicker feed, right? I get through matches, like people post matches up, or they'll post the highlights. I'm like, I get what I need to get out of it, right? Like I get what I need to get from TNA.
And they're making enough noise that so many more people are in your situation that they're posting about it because of that reason. Like they can't access it, so they'll look around and they'll start reposting clips from TNA sites and everything. They're making a lot of noise. The matches are going crazy, man. The storylines are going crazy. Look at this past week where shout outs to let's put it up right here. Shout outs to Wrestling Inc. for providing us this feed here this week. But Bully Ray addressing big implications for the title match this Tuesday at Showdown. Again, we're gonna get to that one. But at Showdown, we're gonna have the tag titles on the line with the Hardy Boys are gonna have a title for title match, and if they so happenly win, Bubba Ray getting all busted open already, trying to get his hands on some more gold. And petty, but I ain't mad at this petty because this petty makes wrestling fans win. The Dudleys are a little jealous that the Hardys may be the only team to walk out of here owning every single piece of WWE Tag Team Gold by the end of Tuesday night. Spicing up their matchup at Bound for Glory this upcoming year. So,
Vic,
TNA's making noise, baby.
don't get work, all right?
They got me. They're getting me, baby.
You know, Devon is not coming out of retirement like that.
No, they have a match. They're booked.
I know, no, I know. But I mean, like, for a run?
Oh, for a run, yeah, no.
I don't think so.
Probably not. Probably not. But the titles being on the line would be big. And if the parties and the Dudleys aren't selling you, I don't know what to help you with. But the tag titles will definitely make that a juicier contest, to say the least.
Listen. Matt Hardy can barely walk.
He could barely shout out his wife's Twitch account on Kaiser Knight's stream this past week. Shout out to Marathon 3. Mafiathon 3.
But Matt Hardy has his days. I mean, Jeff Hardy has his days. Bully can still go a little bit, but he also is not like a barn burner. And Devon, I can't imagine is much better than Matt Hardy. So
It's gonna, it's gonna be hard to watch. What do you think, Saudi Arabia 2.0 over here?
I'm afraid of that. I really am. Yo, like when Sting came back, right? Going back to Sting, I was afraid, right? Because you know he had his neck broken by Seth Rollins, right? Like that's tough to recover from.
Right.
God knows, like I had no faith that AEW knew what it was doing. With someone like Sting, God knows what Sting was gonna do. I don't know. There was just a lot of question marks, right?
Right.
But AEW and Sting worked together to find ways to like make it work, and a lot of it was like him diving off of shit, him doing like funny spots, but he had matches and he had the move set that kind of complemented everything.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this match right now, right? What are Team 3D known for? The Dudley Boys.
Putting people through tables.
Okay, but so that would mean it's a hardcore style match, yes?
Yes.
Right? Coming through the ranks in ECW, making their way, making their legend through matches like TLC, right? Like their shtick is big bangers, right? Like it's big hardcore matches.
High spots.
High spots, right? Like big booms, right? Lots of
Big
broken
bada booms. Big bada booms.
pins and shit like that. Right? What about the Hardys? What's their shtick?
Ladders. High
Ladders.
things.
Jumping off of shit.
Heights. I think about them every time I'm doing hard cam in high spots in awkward areas near tables.
I'm afraid that this match is going to be a lot of hiding.
Yeah, we're not gonna. It's not. It should. They shouldn't expect much. let's hope that.
That's what I'm afraid of. And then knowing that Devon is probably not going to have a run in him. Like he'll do a match, but I don't know if he's got a run in him. So you kind of have an idea of who's going to win the match. You kind of know how the match is going to go. Bully Ray can sell all he wants. Bully Ray's a really good talker.
Great talker.
Really good talker. And he'll sell you a match. And that's what he's doing. And fucking do it. Because that's
And he sold me because I'm broke now. He took all my money. I'm watching it, Bound for Glory. But will the titles be on the line? Only time will tell. Only times will tell. Moving on now, transitioning, because we took care of the 6 years of AEW, transitioned into TNA. Let's go back to Triple H a little bit, because he's kind of in the hot seat still. And if you watched any of SmackDown, it wasn't a good night on Friday night, at least especially for the women. Shout outs to Jade Cargill getting a very vicious cut above her eyebrow. Needed stitches because of this spot here. IWC went crazy on Nia here for this, but I don't know, man. How do you feel about this spot?
Blow that up. Let's see the moment that she does it, right? Like she pushes. The thing is, right? If you look at it right here, she's gonna push Jade a little too hard into those steps, like a little too forcefully.
Okay.
Right? Check it. Go ahead. Play that real quick. You see the
I see the shove at the end.
Like typically in those spots, you're pushing the wrestlers back, right? Like you see them pushing the wrestlers back. She's grabbing the skull. She's grabbing her head.
Yeah, right here.
And there's a mush to it.
Yeah,
right?
this arm comes down right here, this way, and then she just when it comes down, it's the extra push. This will be a little quick though.
Change the speed.
Yeah.
Give us half speed on that. What's
Otherwise,
the got on that? The little wheel.
yeah. Okay, max speed. Let's do 0.5.
Go the slowest one.
All right, bet.
Might as well slow. We could get the full shebang, right?
Shaboing boing.
That's a perfect spot. Look, you see,
Her hand went this way.
you see that? That's the
Look at the follow through. Whoop! Her fingers are right there.
That's the part that's like, look, botches happen. botches happen all the time. Cody Rhodes slipped in the Drew McIntyre match, right? And nothing happened, right? Like, luckily nobody got hurt for real. So it's not so much about the botch as it is like Nia Jax is following. Look at the gash on Jade Cargill's face.
Wild.
That's not like a run-of-the-mill thing. You know, and look, people have gotten hurt much worse. No doubt. Not saying that either. But this is not the first time on this particular spot that someone gets a very similar head injury from Nia Jax. Damn. Nia Jax has a history of injuring people. Period. Right? Like that's one sentence.
One sentence.
Has a history of injuring people in this specific move.
Spot.
Like in this spot. That's the word I was
Spot, because you don't even, that's not even like a move. Like, that's just a situational occurrence that doesn't need to happen anymore. After the first time.
Like, one time's an accident, like twice. Like this is now accumulation of data. Like, now we have data to support this. There's 2 female superstars who were injured.
I love that you say data, because boy is there data. Because the night didn't end there. If you followed through, you weren't the referee in this match, because she didn't follow through, but she also knew what she was doing. 1, 2, no follow through, because you're supposed to kick out. Or not. What? Oh yeah, forgot. My bad. Oh, what happened? What happened? Who botched this shit?
This is so. I forgot who the ref was, but there was a ref that was talking about this. And
my boy, Charles Robinson. Let's check him out. Let's check out what he had to say, because he was adamant about the rules, or not the rules, but like what happens.
The protocol.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Van Vliet, shooting the ish alum. Chris Van Vliet, baby. So they just try to fix it somehow if they do run into issues. But for the most part, they kick out, bro. You know the finish. Like, come on now. And Nia seems to have forgotten. The clip I'm watching, Nia forgets here, and then this is her confirming. Oh wait, my bad. And then she does it eventually. I don't know.
Yo, that looks so.
Because like she knows. Let's slow this one down now, because hold on, because you showed me a trick and I'm going to use it again. See, fine.
You're welcome.
All right, so now this is this 3 already? Where's my overlay? So 2. Look at her hand here.
Let's get it. Let's get it. 1.
I think that's already 2. Okay, that's 2. But look, you see that curve? She knew she wasn't gonna hit 3. She already here. She knows I'm not hitting 3. So you're supposed to kick out.
Big, she knows the finish. Who knows? The thing is that the performers played her out, and you know what? So Nia fucked this up, right? Like, there's no doubt.
Royally.
Nia fucked this up. Trish could have helped.
Tiffany.
Tiff Stratus could have helped.
Tiff Stratus.
Tiff Stratus. Why did she come out and break the pin?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, Tiffany could have, like, sat up and kind of played it off a little bit.
But also her back is turned, so she probably doesn't even know what's going on, too. Like, or she couldn't catch it fast enough to
ultimately, it's Nia Jax, right?
Yeah.
The like make them aware, like, yo, kick out. She's also counting a little, like, quickly. I would slow down if I feel like they're not. Like, if I go 1, 2,
and on your way down to 3, she's not moving.
Yeah, I'm like 1, 2. Bitch, you gotta kick out. Like, but they make Nia Jax made this all look bad. So from injuring Jade to doing this, like, it was just a whole lot of bad shit. And even, like, to Booker T's previous point, like he said, if I watch Hamilton and the performers fall or they miss a line or what, I would be pissed because I paid to see this.
You paid. It can't happen live. It cannot happen live. It's unacceptable is Booker T's point in this essay that he writes. But he was talking to essay. But yeah, it was a bad night and can't happen on live. But I like what he says here too. There was a lot of miscommunication. He goes and explains that Tiffany, reminder here, she's an NIL talent, and Jade came from AEW, where the reps didn't really come as much as she got them over here. And it's not to call her greedy, but if you're brand new to the business, and you're not getting as much attention that they're giving you in WWE or whatever. Remember, she came from AEW. She had to train a little bit to learn the style because it's two completely different styles. Nia Jax may have gotten into this match thinking she knew more than both Tiffany and Jade Cargill here in this match, and Booker T goes on to say that it could have been elements of all those things. It's just, it was a terrible night, and all those things combining like that just was a bad recipe for what was they didn't go on last. They went on last. Did they go on last? I think they went on last.
Bro, it doesn't matter. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're first or you're last. Like that was embarrassing. That performance was embarrassing. It was, and I don't know if this is even like, you got 3 very good female performers, right? Nia Jax is otherwise a very good female performer, right? But she's got a history. Like yo, this is a trend now, right? We forgot when she got into it with Charlotte Flair because Charlotte Flair didn't like the way she handled herself. We forget about like the numerous times where she's missed a move or she's botched a move or she's not been out of place or she's hurt somebody. Like there comes a point in time where you're like how do we reconcile this? How do we keep putting her out there? Jade, who is a future bona fide champion, right? Now it's gonna look like Scar from The Lion King. Like that is a gash, right?
That is a gash.
Yo, Jade put that up. She posted that on social media. Yeah. A picture of Scar.
Oh, right? She did.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't, if I'm a female wrestler and I know I'm gonna wrestle with Nia Jax.
Prepárate.
getting diarrhea before the show. Triple H like, yo, catering got me fucked up. I left all my gear in the last town we were in. I don't know. I'm saying some shit because I don't want to wrestle with her.
I mean, I can tell you somebody else that don't want to wrestle with her. Jasmine Nix. Booker T was also adamant about one Jasmine Nix who decided to refuse a $75,000 contract, resigning from WWE. I read the update of the breaking when this broke, but I didn't read the details. I just saw quickly that she declined a $75,000 re-signing bonus or whatever, and that was it. But Booker T goes on and he says that you got to understand, wherever she came from, apparently she may or may not have been making as much as money as or more than what that was. But there was 4 knee surgeries between the time of her previous contract and her time in NXT. That can go into affect your money and your pay in your contract in any time you try to re-sign with any sport, he said. I agree though. I mean, that if you're going to be missing a lot of time for you to get your re-signing bonus or get a higher paycheck, it's going to be a hard mountain to climb. Booker T did go on to say that he understood that. I get it too, though. I mean, $75,000 is not a lot of money for a lot of people, especially in 2025.
And the way that wrestlers put their bodies on the line, I mean, at any point in time, you could wrestle Nia Jackson. You deserve hazard insurance for that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You put your body on the line every day, and I mean, you do so with other sports as well, with soccer and whatnot. Like, so she's familiar with that. But here's the thing: secure the bag. Yeah. 6 years we've been doing this, Vic.
Yep.
And for 6 years, I say secure the bag.
6
and if the
different
bag
bags.
ain't right, you don't do it. Jasmine Nix knows what she's worth, and here's the other part of that. Cora Jade left WWE, makes more in one day than wrestlers make, or more in 1 month than wrestlers make in a year. That's what it was.
It's insane.
Right? Mandy Sachs, same thing. Lacey Evans never came back, because same thing. Right? There are so many other avenues to make money that WWE is now like, you are now secondary. Yeah. Now, was it Booker T that said, like, oh, she just doesn't have a heart for it?
I don't know if I read that part in here. 4 knee surgeries.
I think it wasn't Booker T. I think that might have been Bully Ray. But, like, talking about, like, yo, you're supposed to just do it for the love of the game. Like, she didn't love the game. You know?
That sounds like something Bully would say.
Right. It was Bully Ray. And I was just like, yo, that's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Yo, you're about, like, Bully Ray, motherfucker, you out there you about to sucker everybody into this dumbass match you having.
That
right?
Hall of Fame contract, I tell you, boy. Woo!
It's like, it's incredible. It's like you become a Hall of Famer and you just forget. You just forget what you... Like, yeah, I get it. You like wrestling and like you want that to be your career, but you don't want to do it for free, motherfucker. Like, you don't want that shit to be a free career.
Just because y'all did it.
Just because Paul Heyman didn't pay you, don't mean you're paid.
Yo, for real though.
She has other avenues of income, and if somebody wants to make her a wrestler, they'll make her a wrestler, and she'll do it. But she ain't gonna do it for $75,000, because $75,000 she will make in a month on OnlyFans.
Rough.
Not rough. That's not rough. Yo, in comparison to a wrestling schedule, And the wear and tear on your body, I'm not saying it's easy. Like, creating content is not inherently easy, right? But if creating content is your avenue of income, is your only avenue of income, and you dedicate your whole time to it, and you're making more than $75,000, and you're not putting your life at risk or your body at risk, bro, like that's a no.
That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer. You mean I could wake up whenever I want, right? I don't gotta wake up early for work or none of that, right? I just gotta make sure I take pictures, put together videos.
30-second clip.
Right.
$300, $400.
I can schedule a weekend somewhere, right, where I spend like, 2 18-hour days, like going crazy and creating mad content, and then in those 2 days release all of that little by little in different formats on different platforms, and make more in that month because of those 2 days or 3 days worth of work or 4 days worth of work.
Yeah.
Than I did all year in this other place where I was working 18-hour days, 7 days a week, going to the gym, running ropes, sweating my ass off, bleeding, hurting, crying.
Taking bumps that may or may not be botched.
Oh, we doing more botches now.
Ooh, because we're not done with the botches. Look at this one from TNA. This was their last PLE at Victory Road.
Okay, talk about it.
Yeah, so Kaylani Jordan, competing for the Knockouts title, which she won, was going for a Hurricane Rana here.
Was she?
Yeah, from the top rope, and it looks like she wasn't cut. Lei Ying did not hold her upright. I'm trying to slow this down here.
No, it was not. Break it down. It was not. Yo, this is natural now.
Boom! Look at her head, man.
And
she gets right back up.
That's the part I had a problem with. That part. Yo,
but why'd she get up?
Because she went with what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, she sold. Okay, I feel.
Supposed to happen. Hurricane Rana, her get up.
Yeah. At least she kind of salvaged somewhat by getting up.
What the sequence was supposed to be, but she didn't salvage the reality of what I'm seeing with my eyeballs.
Oof, that head snap is just getting me, man. It's crazy.
Yo, 'cause very easily they could have both laid out there for a minute.
Oh yeah, at least so. Yeah.
Like the one girl, like she was already banged up, right? Like she could sell like her being exhausted, but she pulled out a last minute power bomb. Oh my God, they're both wrecked. Let's do a double count. 2. Oh my God, yo, she just made it, right? Like we could have milked this a little bit. So that's like where veteran wisdom is missing.
It doesn't look like she got too banged up there though. She's been on TV. She's been working that title and that angle right now on TV and on the NXT Invasion. Which, let's get to it. Right, we've been talking about it. We have a brand new NXT champion, by the way. We have to cover that. The Revolution has arrived.
Oh yes. The absolute Ricky Starks, my man Ricky Starks, the new NXT champion, defeating Obafemi. Surprise, right? I mean, if anybody could have done, I think they got the right guy. They definitely got, because Oba was just he was on a tear. He there was nobody stopping that guy. Shout outs to Wesley making jabs already. Claiming, is he putting his name in the hat here for Ricky? Talking about he was getting ready for Oba, now you got to change it up. Obafemi is a physical specimen. He can go to WWE right now, to the main roster, and wrestle Braun Breaker and be believable, wrestle Brock Lesnar and be believable, and he can have a program with either one of those gentlemen take losses in his early career and still look good, right? Like he doesn't have to go out there and beat big names. He has to compete with big names.
Right.
Do not heed my warning. Do not make him win out. He will fizzle. just let him have very good showings. He could have a very, very good match with a Braun Breaker who ultimately defeats him. Right? He can have a bunch of squash matches with a bunch of like Tazawas and whatever, and whatever. He can do that. And Brock Lesnar happened, and he can go toe to toe with a Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar will beat him.
If Brock's not busy.
And doesn't have to, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I don't want this to be like Obafemi. I forget how old he is, but he's not old. He's got a lot of mileage left. So don't let him just go up to the main roster and try to ride back him where he's wrestling 2 or 3 guys at a time, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I think that was the early phase. I think we're done with those. But I hear you. Definitely the names, and get those names out there, because he could phase out, and that's what we don't want.
Right.
Perfect timing to do it, right? You got a PLE-ish show coming up on Tuesday. It's not on a weekend, but it's coming up October the 7th. Invasion, right? What a great way to title this whole storyline, right? With
First of all,
TNA invading NXT.
huge shout outs to AEW real quick. AEW brought back the special show. Alright? Those free PLEs on regular programming.
Yes, they
Right.
did.
Where like WWE would do it like for milestones, or like Raw 25, right? Like, oh, you know, that's the big show. Or like season premiere, or new Netflix era, right? So like those, okay, but they're not really PLEs. They're still, you know, they're still very much a Raw, right?
Raw, SmackDown, yeah.
Raw 25, it was Raw, right? But with AEW and like Fight for the Fallen and all the other shows that they've done that are on regular weekly programming, creates an atmosphere of like, damn, you're getting, they're really not doing anything different, but you feel like you're getting a free PLE.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially AEW.
It's
Especially.
but even now, like here with Invasion, right? WWE started doing it like with like Halloween Havoc on NXT and things like that, right? But it makes it feel like something, right? Except that you got to make sure you're careful what you call it. This is a very interesting time in politics in this country. Very interesting time. A time where Triple H is seen standing with the president to talk about health and fitness of this country. And Stephanie McMahon is seen standing with the president to talk about Connor's cure, ultimately, and philanthropy, right? And pediatric cancer. Which was pretty cool, if I'm being honest. Like, politics aside, right? It's cool that those platforms get recognized, right? Well, it's kind of right. Like, what's kind of weird,
Very weird,
is that Israel's getting upset about WWE calling a PLE invasion on October 6th. Or 7th, or whatever it is.
October 7th, yeah.
October 7th. So, it hits too close to home, does it? Huh? When your country invades another sovereign nation, your country, your settlement invades a country like Palestine, and so it becomes a point of contention that's uncomfortable to you. For an entity such as the WWE, because they're bedfellows with the president, and now this becomes, we can't call it invasion. Invasion's a little too sticky. Bro, one thing has nothing to do with the other. But guilty consciences are very interesting to me.
Oof.
So it goes...
They'll never change it, though. That's not enough. It's just a TPLE. It's not going to really... not gonna change, or it's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. It's not gonna be blown over.
So out of a coincidental non-coincidence.
This Tuesday, NXT versus TNA Invasion show is getting renamed to Showdown.
Yo, what's that first comment say?
Boo!
Oh, the first one. Oh, like, bitch in here.
Oh,
The WWE
what?
folds because they don't want no beef with Israel.
Damn.
Beef is real. That's
Damn.
crazy. I don't. As someone that studies history, I find the current era of history to be very unpredictable. If you had told me 10 years ago, 20 years ago, that Israel was going to influence the names of our PLEs, pay-per-views at the time, I'd be like, why?
You would be like, what the fuck is a PLE?
Why did we get ice cream?
The fuck did we get ice cream?
What? What? Like that makes no sense to me. But a country felt compelled, and again I say country very loosely, right? Just speaking factually, all right? No beef. I want no beef. But I bitch in here though. All right, but I want no beef. Just saying. All right, if factually speaking, this invasive colony or settlement is encroaching upon a sovereign state or Palestine, right? Stealing resources and space and hurting people and whatnot. And that hits too close to home for WWE to call a pay-per-view invasion on that date. Goes to show you have a guilty conscience. Just saying. Just pointing that out.
Staying some facts.
Just staying facts.
Don't shoot. Staying some facts is right. I like that you said that because we're gonna state a few more facts before we wrap them up with the HPCs of the week. We know John Cena has a soulmate in the ring. His name is CM Punk. We know Seth Rollins has a soulmate in the ring. His name, Cody Rhodes. But do we know a soulmate for Roman Reigns in the ring? I think that's an easy one. What about you?
Why do you think that's an easy one? Who's that soulmate for you?
Well, not for me, but for Roman, it has to be Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
And I say that because of the main events that they've had and the amount of times that they've had it. And they've been halfway decent after like the first couple of them. And I think they told a very nice story for Roman to finally conquer him at the end, how he did. But it left the door open because of the whole Paul Heyman situation. Because that door doesn't have to necessarily change. What happens next with Brock Lesnar? After John Cena, we were talking about last week, Roman Reigns. It's gonna align. He's gonna meet with Roman Reigns again at some point because he's still involved with Breakker and Bronson, and Heyman's still involved with those two. And the fact that he's involved can always throw Brock Lesnar as a wild card into the storyline at any given point. Those two are forever entangled and can always main event or open a PLE for you and take care of a good hour or half hour of your PLE time in a match. A Roman and Brock have. I think they'll always sell tickets.
Well, I hear the Brock Lesnar, right? But there's other names as well. You could argue Seth Rollins, right?
Yes.
Seth Rollins, I think, a natural adversary, a lifelong
Forever.
to Roman Reigns, starting with like the long-term Shield, right, storyline, the turn on the group, and just Roman having that trauma ever since, you know. if you remember, right, Roman as he grew up post Shield, right, he was the loner, and he kept the Shield music, so he didn't really have an identity. It took a long time for him to become his own person. He struggled through the suffer and succotash. That's all born out of Seth Rollins. And I mean, they've had their encounters and whatnot, obviously, but
and they're not done.
And they've had almost like 30 matches together. So it's there, right? Like, it's in that ballpark. Another name I'd throw out as well is Braun Strowman.
Oh.
Braun Strowman had a couple of feuds there with Roman Reigns, and at a time when Braun Strowman was really strong as well. Again, I wouldn't say if I'm saying like a soulmate, but I'll just throw his name out there because I think some mention that they've had some history together. But I would stick with Seth Rollins.
Okay. And then those two are forever as well entangled,
forever.
And then they'll never not be an effective match. Definitely get me to pop any time that they clash. Speaking of that, let's transition. You got any pops of the weeks or heels? I got a few.
What you got?
So I think my entire household and the rest of Puerto Rico popped this week when the news came out and the news finally broke.
Puerto Rico, stand up!
Puerto Rico, you already know, he's coming.
On Hispanic Heritage Month, let's go! Let's go, baby! Bad Bunny.
I just love it that much more because everybody's panties is in a bunch. And like, people are sounding so stupid and ignorant now and just, coming out. I feel like half of it is people actually feeling this way. The other half is just people just trying to get clicks and bait at this point just to fucking talk about it.
Platinum artist.
American.
Leader in Spotify streams. Leader in Apple Music streams. Leader in sales. Worldwide. Not just the city, Craig, the world.
And apparently, it's not even his primary thing. He's a pro wrestler, guys.
Most importantly,
he's a pro wrestler.
Superstar, Bad Bunny. Now, if we roll back the tape, lots of people were saying, well, who's that? Bad Bunny, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that, motherfucker?
You know who's that? He's the guy, he's the pro wrestler that's just casually going to be singing a concert in the middle of a football game.
Yeah, light work.
Something light.
I
ain't mad at it, man. He popped me for sure. He gonna pop the world on February 2026, man.
I got something. Did you hear about Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Oh, yes, I did. Let me put him up for you.
Freddie Prinze Jr. was talking about WWE used to match writers by ethnicity.
Yeah. There were several things going on.
I'm gonna ask you
at the time that Freddie Prinze Jr. was working at WWE, apparently.
Yeah, he was a writer. But I want to ask you: is this a good thing or not?
I think this was a necessary thing.
Unnecessary?
No, it was a little bit of a necessary thing as well as maybe something that could have been handled differently. But I feel like the way he described it to me sounds like them booking everybody that can communicate, or at least streamline communication, because in one of the examples he says is, do you speak Spanish? All right, so you're working with Ray. Okay, I wouldn't put somebody that speaks English to work with Ray if he doesn't speak, the language and they can't communicate.
let me ask you a question. You ever seen a movie that was, or not just a movie, like you could even like go into like an SNL skit, or a skit in general, or whatever, like Tubi, anything, a show, and there is a person of color, right? Whether they be black or Hispanic or Asian or whatever, right? And they're saying lines that were very clearly written by somebody else, right?
Right.
You'll see it very obviously when they want like black guys to say ghetto lines, right?
Yeah.
Like urban lines, or like Hispanics to say, like Mexican cholo lines.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you'll see it when it's like a Chinese like a grocery worker or something like that, and like they've got to recite lines that a non-person of color wrote for them.
Right. You could tell it's not genuine, or it's not like natural.
It comes off very unnatural because people don't talk like that, right? But you wouldn't know because you don't live in those spaces. You don't
Right.
know what black people talk like because you don't live in black people's spaces. You don't know what Hispanics talk like because you don't live in Latino spaces. You don't, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. I think this is more of a cultural competency thing, right? I think that it sounds bad.
Yeah, it sounds more bad than what it's used for. If that makes sense.
Because I think the reverse is also kind of true, right? Like a Latino who grew up in Union City, who's got this urban experience, right? Writing for like this white collar white guy is going to sound weird. I cannot speak like some dude from Kentucky, right?
Or Wall Street.
Or Wall Street, or what? At least Wall Street is in my neighborhood, right? Like I can rationalize New York, right? But from like the Midwest, like I couldn't tell you what someone from, I don't know, like the middle of Illinois sounds like, unless it's Chicago.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I couldn't tell you that. But I got the urban Latino down.
Yeah.
I can work with an urban Latino, right? I can give them pointers. I can talk about, like, I can write a script for them. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's a horrible thing. It becomes a problem when like you're not choosing them exclusively because of that, right? Like aligning people because of it is not a bad thing. Not choosing them because they're not is the bad thing.
That's the bad part.
That's the bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, nah, Freddie, we ain't got no white dudes. You can't work.
And I think that disconnect is probably why his piece here went viral as it did. But yeah, I don't think anything crazy of this. I think that's more of the standard back then. And again, that was also back then. That doesn't go to show that they still do or do not do that today. But again, I think that was just more of the practice back then, right? Another pop of the week, young Shane O'Mac Jr. bringing in the money, or potentially landing an ESPN internship. You know why the fuck not? Why the fuck not?
Nepotism, baby, you gotta love it.
Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yo, like WWE strikes up a deal with ESPN, and all of a sudden Shane McMahon's son lands an internship at ESPN.
Oh.
It's gotta be a coincidence, man.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Man, I love having connections.
Listen, man. Connections opens the door for opportunity, and opportunities, oh man, can be so huge. You mentioned Braun Strowman earlier this evening. Another pop of the week. He is gonna be in talks for Friday the 13th. Yo, he's gonna be Braun Strowman. He's gonna be Braun Strowman Voorhees.
Yes. Yo, you know what? I can dig it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yo, he's slow. He's He's huge. He's ugly. Yo, fucking great casting.
Book him. Book him.
No, but I think like just on the physical, for real, like, you know, jokes aside.
Hell yeah.
He's an intimidating dude. You put a hockey mask on him, like, yeah.
Nobody's getting on the ice.
Nobody's getting on the ice.
Matter of fact, we getting the hell up out of here is how scary that is, man. That's all the damn time we had for you folks this week. Appreciate y'all that pulled up, each and every one of y'all. And thanks for pulling up on IG. TikTok, we coming soon. Facebook, we doing the damn thing. X, appreciate the love. Mr.
Gonna be a part of it. New York, New York.
Oh no. It's gonna be a long postseason with y'all in there, let me tell you. 10 count till 10 told. Tell them what to do on the way it out.
On all our social media platforms, you gotta follow, like, subscribe, click that bell for the notifications. You know you heard HPC